Hi everyone, I hope you are. This is CoinsKid, just going over to Bitcoin. Big up the CoinsKid crew. So Bitcoin has done something that's really bullish in the charts today. It's got me really excited, to be honest with you. It's basically a signal that's never failed Bitcoin, and it's flashed in the charts today. So like I said to you, I think that this is a correction, just like this was a correction. And during this correction here, I remember all the bearish sentiment as well. I said to you, this is an opportunity, okay? And I'm telling you exactly the same thing right now. If we get this correction and if we hold this support, this is absolutely, one of the best opportunities on this yellow line and the 1618 down here. If we get that deep, okay? So I'm always trying to find the waves for you. I will show you what the bullish signal for Bitcoin is in a moment. So again, it's data, not emotion. Unless we start to invalidate all the data by dropping here, turning this yellow line into resistance once more, and we're looking bearish basically, but at the minute we are looking bullish, okay? It's not bullshit, it's not hopium. Until we drop, I would expect a pullback into support, which is normal, to test the macro trend, which is up at the moment, held that support and then go again. And if we don't, then I'm wrong. But right now we're looking like we're in some kind of ABC correction, trying to find all the little waves for you. So I think here we've got a double M top pattern just there, broke down into this support, ran into resistance, and it looks like we're about to go again for Bitcoin, okay? So I think the minimal target right here would be the 1272 at 26195, but I would love to see a wick through down to the 1618 at 25240. So this is an area of interest to me where I'm putting some bids on Bitcoin right now. 25240. I know a lot of people are looking at this big head and shoulders pattern. We're going to break down to the resistance, we're going to drop like a stone. I think if we get down to this level, the 2618 at 22672, I think that that's really bearish, because this could be a 1, this could be a 2, and this could be an actual 3. And usually the third wave, the most powerful wave in a move, is usually, if you are impulsive, you do usually go to the 2618 if it's really powerfully impulsive. So if we start to see them levels anytime soon before taking that local high, I think that's a bearish statement from Bitcoin going forward. And you can clearly see with that you would be losing the yellow line anyway, which is my bull market support band. So it is squeaky bum time. I do think potentially we are just going through some kind of ABC correction, some kind of macro correction, looking for support before coming back up. Now this wave here, if you can catch it and you can catch the bottom of this C wave, like I said to you many times, is a golden opportunity, okay? So I'm looking at this perfect ABC playing out on the 1618. Am I being a little bit greedy? Perhaps, but right now, like I said to you, I'll always tell you what I'm doing. I've got some bids on the 1618 at 25240 for Bitcoin for the perfect ABC correction, hold support, start to come back up in a very powerful third wave there for Bitcoin, okay? So I'm just trying to ride all the waves. We've got a beautiful long into resistance, took profit, and right now it looks like we're coming back down the stairs. So what is the signal? Before I show you the bullish signal that Bitcoin's done, which has got me really bullish, okay, I'm just going to show you the inverse correlation with the DXY again. Let's dive into the DXY chart right now. So looking at the inverse correlation between the DXY and Bitcoin at the moment, it's just playing out like an absolute boss. What I'm looking for is a correction here for the DXY and a correction here for Bitcoin. So we've got some kind of ascending triangle at the moment for the DXY at the bottom, haven't we? And we've got some kind of descending triangle for Bitcoin at the top. So, until we start to break down here this green line, or we break this red line, for me, you're still caught in a potential, consolidation pattern before continuation. Now, the primary expectation of, some kind of ascending triangle is that you do this, and obviously a descending triangle is that you do that as well. So obviously we're looking at some kind of breakdown if we've kind of got a looking glass, the fact that these are reversal patterns basically. So what we're looking for is the fact that we're overextended from the weekly 20 MA there, and we're overextended from the weekly 20 MA there, okay? So we're looking for a retest before continuation. We're looking for a retest before continuation. The minute this breaks up above and holds a support like that and takes out that high, then you'll start to see this come down, turn out into resistance and sweep that low. Really as simple. And that's, this is flipped a corner and it's dropping, and this is flipped a corner and it's popping. So until then, we just have to respect the data and respect the charts, and the fact that this is, from this low here, which is where this top was of this impulsive move, this came in for a correction, this came in for an ABC irregular correction, then put another impulsive move, this came in for another impulsive move, and right now, as this is correcting, this is equally correcting. Do you understand? So until we start to see the true reversal by holding the weekly 20 and coming back up and holding this weekly 20 as resistance, I can't be bearish, because otherwise I'd be lying to you. It's data, not emotion. Please understand that, okay? So what we're looking for is just a simple correction for the macro trend, okay? So what you've done here, you busted above the 20, fell back to support, broke a high, and right now you're looking for support of the yellow line again. Get that and go. Fantastic. You came up into resistance, dropped. Right now you're looking for resistance before dropping again. Really simple, okay? The minute it doesn't do that and switches the corner, and this loses this low and this breaks this high, then we have to flip bearish. But until then, I'm looking for continuation. So what is in the charts that Bitcoin's done that's really, really bullish and potentially giving the game away. Okay, that this will possibly pop before drop, and this will possibly pop before breaking out, basically. So anyway, let's dive into this bullish signal right now for Bitcoin and show you what I'm looking at. So the signal I'm looking at right now is the 5-day Gaussian channel. On the 5-day time frame, we've got the Gaussian channel has flipped green. So this is a really nice signal. Now, does it 100% guarantee that Bitcoin's going to take off into space? Absolutely not, and I'm going to go through this with you, but what it does indicate to me is the bull market. Okay, the bull market is just confirming the bottom from which you've come was your bottom, basically. So just here we've got this beautiful impulsive here, and we sort of broke through the resistance at the top end of the Gaussian. This is something we was looking at. We ran into resistance, came back to low end of support, and this is something we're targeting. You can see we've got the gold candle breaking the top end. So right now we're a little bit of confidence lining up with the 20-week EMA and the top end of the Gaussian. If we do go through some kind of correction coming back down, there's a lot of support there. You've got that resistance there, you've got that resistance right there, you've busted through it. So technically it looks like you're looking for that support. Okay, now if we lose all that support and we start to turn underneath that, there's two scenarios that are in front of us. One is the fact that this is some kind of local top, right, some kind of impulsive move, and what we've got is some kind of big large macro correction that potentially lasts as long as this did. Okay, this impulsive move, we go from some kind of big wave 2 correction coming back down. So as long as we don't start to fall through all of the Gaussian, the bottom end of the Gaussian, and lose this low, what it's saying to me right now, the data in the charts is telling me that that low from which you've come is your true bottom, and this is the beginning of a new bull market for Bitcoin, because history has never failed to print that signal for us. Okay, so like I said to you, it doesn't guarantee that Bitcoin's going to hold this as support and take off into space. Absolutely not. But what it does at the minute, it really does increase the probability that that is your true bottom. Okay, whether or not you come back down in some kind of ABC correction, retrace back down to it, it just indicates that that was your true bottom there for Bitcoin. Because if we go back in time, look, so we've gone red there, flip green, see you later. Really, really nice signal after being red under the Gaussian. Like I said to you, is opportunity, and flipping green, see you later. We broke out, back tested the support at the top end of the Gaussian, which is a particular scenario I've got my eyes on at the minute because the levels in the RSI as well, which I've shown you, looking to hold support and break. Okay, so this is a scenario in which I do think we could potentially be at right now, where we've got this big ABC correction just there, top end of the Gaussian after busting out, and then we're looking at a big parabolic move there for Bitcoin when people least expect it. That's a scenario that I've had on the radar for a very, very long time. Okay, so until we start to lose a 20, something I keep relaying to you every day, and we start to fall back into the Gaussian, I'm still looking at that projection basically for Bitcoin. So off this bottom as well, you can clearly see we busted move through the Gaussian. As we've got really toppy just there and that big impulsive move, we did flash green. Okay, so this is a particular scenario we need to keep an eye on, and we came back down to 20 in a big sort of descending triangle. Look at that, price compression lead to expansion, dropped, lost to 20. At that point, boom, you've got this sort of looking glass that you've got a big ABC correction coming back down to where you came from, but you never lost a low. This is a key signal and a key indication we need to keep an eye on. We never lost a low. Okay, so if we go back to the left, you can clearly see some kind of double bottom, busted a move through the Gaussian, fell back to the top end of the Gaussian, which is a scenario I'm looking at right now. Hold the 20, look at that, holding a 20, holding a 20, never got back inside the Gaussian. Beautiful, confirmed that this was your true bottom down here for Bitcoin. Okay, and did it do it down here as well? You flip red, you got back through the Gaussian, you never look back. So the weekly 20 EMA is something we need to see Bitcoin holding if you expect it to be in an uptrend, and this is something I keep relaying to you. So the minute we start to lose this 20, it's sort of a looking glass for a big correction basically. So at the minute we just need to keep an eye on this correction that we're going through for Bitcoin. Hope you understand that update. Not bullshit, not hopium, it's data, and that's all I relay to you on a daily basis. Okay, so as you're fully aware, I am sort of targeting this sort of pullback like this for Bitcoin, come back into the 20, hold support, and then go again, and it could be a massive powerful wave 3 that we're going to experience for Bitcoin. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned, and thank you for your support. Take care everyone. Bye bye.